All right. Hello. It's Saturday night. We're back for another stream. Hope you guys are all well. Having a good weekend so far. Yeah. So, we're going to get into it here in a moment. I'll jump into the chat, say hello, and all that good stuff. Before I do, though, before I forget, A couple quick things. Number one, if you enjoy these streams, please do hit that like button. It helps more people see the stream. Let's bring some more people into this wonderful community here. And number two, we do have a clearance sale active right now over at mechawarehouse.com. 50% off all select items. I guess I typoed that. Off select items with code FALL50. I actually did some stuff to the collection earlier today. So if you looked before and didn't see what you want, it might be worth checking. Most of the stuff added were logo displays. We had some at the warehouse that weren't on the website because we took them off a while back for another promotion. So put them on there, and you can take advantage. And if you haven't looked at the collection, definitely take a look. 50% off is a good deal. At least it is for you. Let's jump to the chat, say hello, and then I'll get back to building and all that good stuff. Let's see. What's up, Dylan Dull, Wolfpack, Matthew Mahoney, what's going on? Yellow, Hanson Tongue, John Ventura, Realtime 88, what's up? Big Deal, Baron Radium, Joshua Grubbs, what's going on? Person from the internet, how are you? Lord Kronos, Solid Monkey, Spider Monkey, what's up? Baka ZCO, Butter Knuckles, Atomic Etric, and Adam Chippa, what's going on? Let's see. Lord Kronos, how are you? I got the MG narrative of Kai City, can't wait to build it. Cool. What's up, Racked Gino? WD30, how are you doing? Ravage. Rob Sadler, how are you? Deepak's so dope. Please call me Josh. Alright, I can call you Josh. Alright. I think that's everybody. We are continuing where we left off. I don't know if I name got like that. You know better than I do. We'll pick up where we left off last week. We started trying a new thing for the giveaways where we're doing a gift card and increasing the value with each draw. So the first draw of the night, it'll be $25 and go up from there, assuming it isn't one on each draw. And it will be set back to $5 if it is one. So giving that a shot. Interested to see if we have a winner tonight. I think we are going to tweak the ranges this time. What's up, Repo Raven? MW, what's going on? Is that a new sticker on the mat? It is. So we've been talking for weeks now, off and on, about sticker manufacturer issues, and so I got some samples. There's a matte version. Almost doesn't look matte on the screen, and the gloss version, which is definitely more glossy. And they had an inexpensive option to try out stickers, so I figured I'd have one made in each. Just a few, just to see how the quality is, how I like the matte versus gloss finish, and I think we might do this for our next sticker, actually. I think we got white Mecha Warehouse logo stickers right now, but we'll probably add the Mecha Warehouse to it or something. I gotta look at that, but that might be our next sticker, because believe it or not, this is like, I think like was it 3x3? Probably don't have inches on here, do I? These are centimeters. So 2 and then, so yeah, it's like a 3-inch sticker maybe. That looks good. I prefer matte myself. Generally speaking, I prefer matte, I think, in all things. Like, they both look pretty good, but the matte's the way to go, I think. But this is more in line with their cost for the other stickers, whereas that larger... I do have a ruler next to the kit. That's true. So yeah, that's 3 inches. 3 by like 2.5-ish. So the other ones being 4 by 2, I think that 4-inch dimension increases the cost for whatever reason with this manufacturer. So these I can have made at a similar cost to the other ones, I think, even though they're probably not substantially different surface area. So that's a pretty good deal. And then we mix it up because a lot of people have the regular, the logo stickers that we've been giving away for years now. Finish better. Matt King, yeah, that's the way to go. So that's what those are about. I figured I'd bring them up when I was setting up today. E2 2827. Get some opinions. Also, stickers that add-on or standalone. What do you mean as an add-on or standalone? These would be what go in our orders when we ship them out. We've been putting a sticker in each order. I suppose we could put some up for sale, maybe, if that's what you're asking. Purchasable item. Yeah, I mean, would people be interested in buying that sticker as opposed to just having it in with an order? Been wandering around out the collection. Got green, orange, now white. Buy them as an item myself. I think we have a sticker pack that's got one of each color. I think we still have those in stock on the website. We're gonna just buy a kit and get one for free. Big break. We're gonna have to get one the old-fashioned way. I think I might have a blue too. They're in my toolbox. Cool. Yeah, there are 7 colors: blue, orange, red, green, purple, yellow, and white. At least that have been, well, actually not white, it's like a gray, I think. I think we have a white and black design that have never been actually printed, I think. Enough of those new stickers, but one of the Discord coin shipments, no, they were very limited quantity. The sticker sets are still up on the site for $10. There you go. Like 330 in tools to get a sticker. So wait, if I buy that impulse I've been looking for, I'll get a sticker. So typically we have them in stock. There was a period because the sticker manufacturer that we're moving away from, they were so behind by like over a month from what they told us the delivery would be. That's why we're going to a new manufacturer, because taking 2 months to have our stickers printed when they're already quoting like a month, might have been closer to 3 months. It was ridiculous. It's just not acceptable. Let's see. Part of the appeal of multi-color stickers, repeats matter less. This new sticker is great, but I think over a month of them going out might be excessive. They'll probably go out for more than a month because of the quantities that we order to get the price down, but I think we will do it, and then we just won't do that sticker again, period, and we'll do a new design for the next batch. What a Gumpo Scratch a Sniff sticker smell like? I don't know. Well, how soon will the coins be shipping? Should be very soon. I dropped them off at the warehouse this morning when I was there doing some of my bi-weekly warehouse duties. So basically when the regular orders get caught up midweek, that's when Sean will start prepping those to go out. 3 months means you're never going to get them. I'm sure you already know that. Well, I already got them, it took 3 months, so I can't order stickers that far in advance. Like, it's just silly. I think the rate that stickers are going out right now, the batch size we typically have been ordering lasts somewhere between somewhere around 3 months, maybe, give or take. Depends on the order volume. But the warehouse was super busy shipping out fall sale stuff lately. It was a fairly busy week. Starting to get caught up now that you know, the stuff that went really fast at the beginning of the sale is gone. We're just need to defeat or victory depending on the kit. Let's see. Girlfriend is probably didn't buy anything from the sale. I'm so tempted. There's still time. Can't say for how much longer, but there's still time at the moment. There's an opportunity to give in. Your late 50 lashes of the wet beam saver. Happy Saturday. Hello, Nick and everyone else. What's up, Bird Soup? How are you? What I wanted. You're at what I wanted. Okay. There's always time to find something else to want. Just got off work. That's nice. Random thought. Really need more MG Zaku 2 2.0 kits to reprint. I want a few of the mass production versions. Any of those 2.0 Zakus are good. So it would be good if those reprinted. It's got my backlog below 40. So sounds like you need to do some work and get it back up. All the Zaku tubers, nice. Did anyone else get to play in the new type challenges? How'd you do? What's that? Spot a virtue from you guys and 6 action-based ones. Nice. Always need a couple action bases sitting around for when you open that kit that doesn't stand up, or you get that flying pose idea. Got another trading card game tournament. Okay. That's why I don't know what it is, because I haven't been following the TCG stuff all that much. First part of paintings, waiting for it to dry. E2 14. Must always have 6 on hand at least. Super special air rebuild promo prize for first place too. That's cool. Another storage shelving unit for my backlog. I went through all the built kit boxes and condensed them into one larger one. I feel more organized. It's always good when you make progress on organizational stuff. I feel like I always feel better after reorganizing. Cleaning up my workspace. Be a limit on how high the card goes to. I don't think so. We'll just gradually make the odds more likely until it's 1. I feel like it would be somewhat unlikely, mark my words, somewhat unlikely to exceed a couple hundred just based on how the odds go, but we'll see. Keeping some boxes just in case I move. I usually trim off the box tops to display like a poster. It's always cool. I need space to display stuff like that. I've been keeping some, let's see, that'll be December before this card is won. I don't know if that's the case. I bet it'll be before then, but we'll find out. That'll be half the fun. Ram Chancellor ain't gets you so far. Might have to sell off some stocks in the company. Why would it sell the stock in the company? Get a few more shelves up. Yeah, organizing's always good. And like getting a space set up right. I'm in the middle of getting the new dojo ready for prime time. Spent some time over there Friday, yesterday, and today cleaning, putting together furniture, setting stuff up. Still a bunch to do over there, but it's feeling really good so far. To compensate for the card, I don't know, man. It's got to be, I think mathematically it works out the same or slightly less than giving away a kit. Theoretically, a week, like adding about 20 a week. That's like giving away a low-end high grade and covering the shipping for it. So. Several times to get one. We've got number range down to 10 to 100 a few times. There's still no winners. Yeah, it happens, but eventually, usually. Can't wait for Tuesday. I'm gonna get my commission and send through a decent order. Hopefully, my stuff I want doesn't sell out. Love how you got so many display products. We try hard to keep display stuff in stock. Actually, love organizing stuff, especially my own stuff. My friend and I are looking at a place to move in together. She does not want to give me a room for Gundam build/display. Yeah, that might be a tough sell. Depends on how big the space is or what your budget is and what the cost where you're at, I guess. 15 and 16. Consider myself somewhat lucky to have like half our attic kind of dedicated to this stuff right now. Just need to put up some more shelves so I can build more. They're looking to buy. Told her sons could sleep in the living room. They're for it, but she gave me the dead stare. Snacks on the Gundam miniature models. Does anyone have any tips on what paints are easiest for hand painting? My efforts at hand painting so far have been very weak. I think you might almost want to try like Citadel type paints. I think Vallejo has some lines of paint that are intended for painting miniatures, like their wargaming line or whatever. You might have better luck with those hand painting than the other ones, but I think in theory you should be able to use whatever, as long as you thin it properly. Start building the MG Gyaradoga today, and so far it's a great build. Really enjoying it. It's cool. Gyaradoga looks cool. 10 and 8. My own youngest just turned 18. Freeze it money for kids. Of course, she wants to pay down debt, but nah. It's all Vallejo and Golden. Vallejo, Citadel, and Army Painter would be my suggestion. Citadel is overpriced but easy to find. Yeah, I mean, the main plus side is that if you look at just, there's so many Warhammer tutorials probably using it out there that you can find plenty of examples of that exact paint in use. Although you probably can find plenty with all the other lines now too, because everything's so popular. So paint pots are creation of Satan. The recirculation, green arc 78 myself, cool. Checking out using a wet palette too, makes it easier to hand paint. Great, plenty of mini painters on YouTube to learn from too. Yeah, there's a ton between Warhammer and other stuff too, but there's a ton of Warhammer tutorials out there because Warhammer is so popular and, you know, generally similar to what you're trying to do with those minis. They're called Ninja, that does pretty good mini painting vids. Try the Citadel. Null and oil spills are a meme for a reason. I don't know why GW doesn't switch Citadel to dropper bottles. Just sell a patent Warhammer palette for 50 pounds. I wouldn't be surprised if there's just resistance in terms of tooling and supply chain and stuff. It's a lot of work to change stuff like that over. The Zaka 2 Standard, Ogre, and Rico to get a reprint. Those are the only three I'm missing. The Zaka 2, but it's an old 1.0 version. Speaking of minis, I came across my unbuilt Gundam artifact kit while sorting. Cool. Pots are definitely inferior to droppers. Krill is way better than Citadel. For paints I can use for minis and regular Gunpla. I think you should be able to use just about anything. So if you have paints you already airbrush or would be looking to airbrush, depending on your appetite for things like lacquers, you probably could use the same stuff, I would think. Well, there's probably trade-offs to lacquer versus acrylic. I think most mini painting is done with acrylic. I think. Citadel's acrylic, isn't it? Building and painting an HG Dom. Rick Dom for funsies, nice. Just trying to find some other ways. Panel line, I've been using Tamiya and while I panel line on the runner, but I feel like parts are snapping more often now. What else can I do? Yeah, you should really top coat before Tamiya, or, you know, paint, I guess, but the Tamiya panel liner can make plastics more brittle. There are other options. I use, actually I got a few here. I just use Vallejo washes because I paint with Vallejo if I'm doing a painted kit, and I use the Gundam markers if I'm not doing a painted kit. For sure, I use lacquers acrylics for on my Gunpla. Don't have an airbrush yet, but I'll be leaning towards non-toxic because I'm in an apartment. Yeah, so any of the acrylic lines should be good. I'm a strong proponent of Vallejo's Mecha color line. That's what I airbrush with, primarily because it is very much non-toxic. I think you, at least in theory, if you know how to thin it right, you can use it. You could use it for hand painting as well. Discord, I'll track you in. Panel lining. Someone told me a black mark with a tip of 38. Biggest gripe with Mecha Color, it's too thin already for minis in my experience. Is it? Maybe that's why I was struggling when I tried. Discord link. The Discord link is emailed out, and I think text message too if you are subscribed to that after your first order. So we don't just publicly release that link. It's customers only. If you've purchased from us before and you didn't receive said link, feel free to email support@mechawarehouse.com. I'd be happy to get you a link. Go to Mecha Color or Game Color, Model Color or Game Color for minis. We need a thickener instead of a thinner, because I want to use the same colors. But that might explain. I started with an artifact like a couple years ago and felt like I was struggling to get it to look good. Maybe it was too thin. Maybe that was the problem. How it makes thickener if I recall. Oh really? Oh, my stream was like way behind for some reason. I'd be like 10 minutes behind. Interesting. It's in their line of hand varnish and stuff. Ooh, interesting. Problem I always have with paint in general is knowing when it's thin enough. People use the milk analogies, whatever. It's like skim milk, and it's like, well, first of all, I don't drink skim milk. I don't drink any milk, really, these days. But definitely not skim milk. Who would do that? But I don't know how to compare to that either. I guess I gotta go buy some milk to keep in a little cup by my airbrushing station when I'm mixing paint. This is probably a dumb question, but where on Facebook do I go to submit a kit to be featured? It's not on Facebook. If you go on mechawarehouse.com, there should be a spotlight submission link up along the top of the page. Clean up all my bills and desk every night because of my monster. She's super jealous of my Gumpla. Drink 2% reduced fat milk, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, so how are 2% drinkers supposed to know how to paint? How to mix their paint, you know? Speaking of milk and the color, if you thin the fluoros with any more water, the pigment goes to the bottom and the paint turns milk white. Interesting. Okay, now remember brain fart. 2% milk represent. Alright, I think we're going to do this first draw of the night here in a moment for this $25 gift card. Finish cleaning up this piece first real quick. Starts at 25, or is it 25 plus 5? Starts at 25. Last draw last week was at 20. So we're plus 5 from there. I realized after I started the stream, but before it like started, if that makes sense, while it was sitting there for those 15 minutes, that I should have added somewhere on the screen a little widget to show the current gift card value. So maybe I'll remember that for next week. All right, so first draw of the night here. We're going to do a number from 10 to 900. So let's see a few people talking about pets. Let's answer the question. Do you have any pets? What kind of pets? 10 to 900. What kind of pets do you got, if any? Number 1, number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comment for without entry. 10 to 900. And what kind of pets do you got? And yeah, call time in a little bit, and we'll see if we got a winner for this $25 gift card. Does my Tamagotchi count? All right. Call time in a few minutes here and see if we got a winner for this first draw. I don't think it is. Okay, so this will go there. It's the number range. Also, hey everyone, what's up? Blasphemy Builds, 10 to 900. And the question is, do you have any pets? And what kind? All that good stuff. All right. So this goes up there. This goes down there. Oh, so here I thought it was going to be like an upper backpack and a lower backpack, but it's really a backpack and a fanny pack. Hindry Sturm, the fanny pack mobile suit. Interesting combination here. All right, E2 19 and 22. And a cricket in the basement. If someone wins, you're just gonna send them a gift card code by email, correct? So you could then use it immediately or later or, you know, whatever. Depending on your level of discipline and need and the value of the card, I suppose. So it's like that, no wait time. Yeah. Should write down if you're planning on saving it till later, don't get lost in your inbox, right? My girlfriend's cat is 16-year-old. My kid's cat is 14. We had a cat for like 2 months. I don't know, it was probably like our first or second year of being married way back when. And I got the cat from a shelter. We were told the cat was like 2 years old, and then the cat got really sick. And turned out to be more like, 14 years old or something like that. All right, calling time. Very sad. Got very attached to that cat very fast. We haven't had any pets since then. Didn't here because I had to refresh my feed. Be safe. There's a cap in the card if it's not one. Nope, no cap. Okay, 10 to 900. Here we go. 897. I don't see any winners. Let you guys confirm. If that's the case, we'll bump the value up and try again in a little bit. No winners. All right. Means we'll be drawn for 30 next time. Oh, here's a funny one. So I spent some of this afternoon over at the new dojo working on prepping that for our open, hopefully in the next week or two. And there was a desk that was left by the previous tenant that should have been disposed of, but wasn't, so I had to deal with it. And I disassembled it this afternoon to get it out of there. And threw some pieces in the dumpster. Thankfully, the landlord has a dumpster and said we could just throw the stuff. What the hell was that? In the dumpster. So I threw a couple of the big pieces in there today. And one of them, I was sliding into the dumpster, and there was like a screw or something hanging out of it, and it clipped me in the back of my elbow. Right in the funny bone, and man, my arm took forever to stop tingling. So everyone that said they have cats, they always end up jumping and getting into your build areas. Just my 2-year-old. Anyone else hoping this gift card ramps up to around the price of the PGU new? It's possible. I mean, how many weeks would that be? If we're going up by 20 a week, that's what, another, trying to get to 600, that's like next summer sometime probably. Weeks, like 7.5 months. Yeah, it's a long time. It's possible, but unlikely. Be interesting though. Cat knocks stuff off, then the dog steals it and hides her in parts. Cat's really good with boundaries. Took off the table right away a few times and he got it. That's good. Sometimes my daughter's good with boundaries, and sometimes she's not. Sometimes she hears no and understands what I mean, and sometimes she takes it as a challenge. It's exciting stuff. Probably how long it would take me to save 20 a week for a PG and PGU. Yep. 2-year-old. It's a street find 5-year-old walked up to my running diesel truck and just meowed at me. I was only going to foster him until he got better. Treating him well. 6 months later, I just landed. Keeping him since I couldn't find him a home. Away for the rest of your life, yeah. I'm sure. It'll probably get worse in some ways. Hopefully better in other ways. Okay, cool. 2 now grown kids. Hardest job you'll never get paid for, but it's worth it. Yeah, I think so. It already feels worth it. I wish I could spend a little bit more time involved. I think I need to figure that stuff out. Especially feels that way with the dojo move occupying so much time. The last couple weeks, and coming up to the next couple weeks as well, probably. Hopefully that all gets better soon. Okay, E226 and E223. I already have 3 cats in the house. Friend has a 16-year-old who loves Gundam, but he doesn't like building, so he's bought like 2 PGs now and asked me to build both. But PG Wing Gundam's an absolute nightmare. I don't think I can handle that. I'm gonna put the time into it. I want to keep it. Friends just moved into his house, so it's all still furniture bare, and his unbuilt box pile of every PG unicorn is hilarious. PG wing sitting in my backlog, kind of nervous. So we're jumping up to PG. I have a full armor unicorn per cod that looks super challenging and time consuming as it is. Let's do PG Freedom Wings now. PGs aren't really that bad. They're just bigger. There is some more complexity in some parts and stuff like that, but they're not that bad for the most part. Built 2 PG, Talking to and Strike Freedom. There's still got talkies to do. Wing seems like a sadomasochistic nightmare. Shooting makes you wire your LEDs. Is the one grade I don't have any of. I feel like everybody, if you're like a semi-serious builder, you've built more than like a couple dozen kits, you should consider a PG at some point. I'd love to have the time to paint one someday. PG Strike Rogue. Rouge maybe eventually, but I have a whole orb shelf now. Except for PG Wing. PG Strike Rouge, however, was amazing. Alright, here we go. Okay, not worried about mounting the beam saber. Took me 11 months to finish painting and building PG Banshee. I'd believe it. Okay, A14. That finishes off the A runner. B12. That should finish off the B runner, I believe. Try to buy and build one PG a year if I can afford it. So far I'm 4 for 4. Hey Nick, do you see the announcement MG Asteroid Mirage frame second issue? It's pretty cool. I haven't seen it. Probably 40 hours in building and put the LEDs in my PG Banshee. Dreading and excited for the MG Banshee Norn. The bus looks EA, but who knows when they'll be available for retail. Alright, E211. Getting real close to the end of this one. Oh, new kind of. That's a fun autocorrect. The LED system is so amazing, not half as complicated. And here's a kick. A PG Wing was printed in 2000. PG Strike Rouge from 2005, but worlds apart. There's a lot of improvements from one PG to the next, I would think, just because they're done so relatively infrequently. Not a lot of reuse from one PG to the next, generally speaking. I think we're gonna kick off the second draw, our draw for the $30 now gift card, in just a few minutes. So like Grams PG Unleashed, but it's too much money. It is an expensive kit. The news gonna be rough. 35, so it's taken like 20 years to be successful in this hobby. The 2000s were like the dark ages. Maybe we should get some PG 2.0 version instead of more than doubling the PGU price. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking with all these. I'm still somewhat anxiously holding my breath with the PGU new, and how many people are actually going to buy it the second it comes out, and who's gonna wait, because it's a hefty price tag on that one. So before you know it, you think so, but I'm not sure. PGU new is 500 plus, right? It's like 600 plus. I forget the exact price, but it's above there. At least the initial batch. I figure. I'm not sure if it will. I think everybody hopes it will, from a business perspective. I think there's a lot of people that want one and want one bad. I just don't know that all those people have $600 available, and all it takes is the market to be in a bad place, the economy to be in a bad place when it hits shelves. I think it'll get reprinted off enough so maybe snag one in a couple of years. Because one of my worries is it's physically very large as a kit, so it's not one that I'd want to hold on to a lot of extra stock. So we're working through distribution options that will hopefully allow us to trickle them from our distributors, I guess, so that way we don't we're not without them more than we need to be, but not have a large quantity. Like, we'll probably early bird them when they hit our distributor's warehouse, or on the way to our distributor. Once they know what their quantities are for sure, try to pre-sell as many as people are interested in, and then get some extras for the shelf for that restock, but not have to hold on to a lot of them, because we just can't stock a bunch in the warehouse with the size of the warehouse now. You buy PG Zeta from Mecha Warehouse, but I ended up going with MD Narrative or instead, easier in the wallet. 680 looks to be around the current pre-order from the two I've seen. Plus, I'm not wanting that kit, so I won't be looking for it. Considering the PG Zeta, I love the for a car. Said the LED is not included. I don't want the PG new Gundam, but I'm probably going to wait a year or more after release. Hard limit of less than $300 for kits. I think a lot of people feel that way. Oh, almost forgot a nub over there. All right. Don't know where to display kit that size. I hear you. Getting my Dendrobium on display. I was kind of counting on having the large warehouse that we used to have space to display it. And right now it's taking up a big spot in the corner here. All right. Where am I here? This is the centerpiece of the dinner table. It should be. You guys can't see me, but I had the same piece fall on the floor 5 times. I'm losing it. That's rough. All right. So, what was my question? I had a question in mind earlier, and I've forgotten it already. No place for displaying maybe not at all, but I keep building. I know all things come in time. That makes sense. 3 PG before meeting my girlfriend. She understands the huge price for center PG, but it's relinquished against the MG Deep Striker. He's got to make more money, clearly. Or, you know, eat less. It's a diet plan. You cut those 500 calories a day. That's, you know, an extra like $3 or whatever a day, and over the course of a year you can buy a large kit. Okay, so what was my question gonna be? I had a good one, but I forgot it, so let's go with something else. Let's do a number from 10 to 900 again, and let's answer the question, what is the most recent thing you've added to your backlog? Let's go with that. 10 to 900, what is the most recent thing you've added to your backlog? Number 1, number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number have been the same comment for to be valid entry. 10 to 900, what is the most recent kit you've added to your backlog? Nothing. Nothing's not a valid answer. If you've had a backlog for even a minute, then you've added something, and that was the most recent thing. I feel like unless your only kits you've bought, you literally bought it, took it home, and built it immediately. And buy anything in 2 years, LL. You still, there was probably still a most recent thing though. Typhoon Chimera, got from Mecha Warehouse. Trying to grab every RG new before I build them all. Here we go, MG Wingberg Cup. Alright, and then this piece here. Polyballs are fun. Vercott, orange, and polyball. I got a polypod all on the backlog, and I'm really looking forward to building that someday. Don't know when it will be, but someday I'll build it, and it will probably be good. But strange feeling, spending money on something and knowing you won't get to it anytime soon. Yeah. Order for Sosai Shoten Kit from Mecha Warehouse, which came in this week. Cool. Ball was hella fun. Have standing over my 2 balls. Barnes & Noble today with my son, checking out some manga, and they had the FM Ariel. It looked pretty good, but didn't get it. And if you have it in stock. Top of my head, I'm not sure. Probably can check pretty easily. Anybody could, I suppose. Beauty of e-commerce. We do not have it in stock at the moment. Folks in the community said backlog so big they are roof supporting pillars of the house. What was the question? Most recent addition to the backlog. Number range 10 to 900. Someone who was 100 plus in his backlog. Yeah, I think I have 100 plus in my backlog. It's pretty big. I feel like the fourth camera on the stream should be looking at my backlog, because if there's going to be action at it. We all know there isn't. I hope you get the MG Force Impulse cut. I'm still in stock on Tuesday. I bet we probably will. I think that's one of the ones we have an okay number of. To 12 and 13, and I think that finishes off this runner. Goal is to not have a backlog. My other goal is to build every kit, so basically I'm screwed. One of us wins tonight. Can we double it and pass it on to the next person? What do you mean by double it? I mean, you could, I suppose you could choose not to take it. Gonna snack the retail P Bandai Sandrock and everyone's custom, but then I realized they aren't much different from the standard HG. My girlfriend loves geeks. Just say next to the expression. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could, if you wanted to pass on it if you won, I wouldn't say no to that. Never sold. Offer trade a kit from the backlog. They knew they never were going to build. I came close once. I've been thinking about it at times, because at the rate I'm going, there's a lot of stuff that I don't feel like I'm going to get to. I have some things that were duplicated and I've built one of, and I've thought about ditching some of my duplicates as well, but I haven't gotten there yet. I have a few things in the backlog that I have not because I chose to get them, but because they were early Mecha Warehouse kits that we ordered back before it was Mecha Warehouse, when I was buying stuff to sell on Amazon that were gated on Amazon and I couldn't sell there, and so I just put them in my backlog. And I never really decided to sell them off when we became Mecha Warehouse. put them in Ding and Den if you don't want them. That's potentially how I would do it, because if they're ones, some of them are kits that we don't have listings for, I think, because they're been that long since they've been printed. But I haven't gotten around to it. Someday, maybe. Or I'll build them or give them to somebody. Getting MGZ Young stocked anytime soon? No idea. You would think I'd pay good attention to production stuff, but I don't have time. If it's getting reprinted, we'll get it, most likely. We'll call time. But I don't know if it's being printed or not. Okay, 10 to 900. Here we go. 281. I don't see a winner. I'll let you guys confirm, and if that's the case, then the prize gets bumped up to 35. No winners. All right. 35, and we'll try again in a little bit. Got an MS8 MS team. I think it's my favorite Gundam so far. I like 8th MS team. I like the more gritty kind of realism as opposed to space magic. There hasn't been one like it. Yeah, I feel like it'd be cool to have some more stuff like that. Is there any other Gundam anime like 8th MS Team or direct sequel? I don't think so. Team made my girlfriend look at me funny because I explained the difference between a mobile suit and a Gundam. The live action movie ends up more like 8th MS Team than anything else. Just thought the material being a difference was kind of lame. We're in general combat. Nothing jumps out at me right now. One in the pocket is pretty dope. I mean, I guess Stardust Memory is a little bit more down to earth than some of the other stuff too. Stardust is a love story, though. I mean, 8th MS team has a little of that going on too, though. So I'm gonna start the then it goes off rails. Thunderbolt is pretty gritty. Pox into the gritty war story. If there's more of a love story than Stardust, yeah. All right, so that finishes the Hindry Sturm. We get a full series, and also Gun and Crossbow. Starts with the love aspect because it's very Top Gun inspired. Alright. I was going to, my original plan I think was to transition to panel lining and stuff like that, but I'm going to keep going with snap building because my efforts to top coat have been thwarted as of late, so we're going to kick off with the demi-barding next. How many more Witch Mercury kits do you still have left to build there? Not many. This is number 23, and what Calibarn is 26, so 23, 24, 25, 26, and then there's a couple figurized kits. Yorne, Choo Choo. I should do, I don't think I have Nika, but I could do that as well. In theory. And then I got a couple, was it I can read it from here. Desultor. It's a P Bandai. I got a few of those recently as well, but I'm not really considering those part of my build all the Witch Mercury kits thing. Y'all great, Nina is the worst though. I'm going through them in numerical order. I clearly don't pay attention. The order you're doing them in. Early on I was bouncing around a little bit. I think I'm in order at this point though. I think my first diorama will be based on the MS team. I wish there were RG models of it. I feel like an RG Gundam ground type would be awesome. You get demi barding at some point. HG Witch Mercury kits have been fun builds. They are good kits. Okay, here we go with ASMR time. I'm putting this stuff up. Sticker sheets. Nothing in the bag. This one has, let's see, this is F. I think this is going to be a cool one. I like the Demi Barding. Demi anything are all pretty good. I need the Demi Garrison. I think that one was a P Bandai. That I wish I had grabbed. There's no RG Goof either, is there? There isn't, but that would be a good one too. What is this a piece from? Here we go. This is from Runner A right there. Bandai. So your options left over. Buy multiple if you want a squad. Kill suits are done by one of the Armored Core artists. Who don't really do Grunt or Ace RGs. I mean, they did do the Zaku 2. It was one of the early ones. Another Beam Saber runner. But they should. I feel like Grunts would fit in well with the line and like the whole trying to look like it would look for real or whatever, you know, hence the real grade. I feel like Grunts would fit perfectly. Also wish they did the RG gym they teased. Yeah, like I feel like, you know, do the Gundam ground type. You could make the gym like a P Bandai if you really didn't want to make it a regular release, but it would probably be worth doing as a regular release. And then you'd have 2 kits for, you know, 1 set of design work. Oh, I have to do an RG Death Scythe or PG, I'll buy it. Oh, absolutely. I bet you an RG Death Scythe and Heavy Arms probably could be coming. They've done a bunch of the Wing Gundam, so I wouldn't be surprised. But they haven't done, I guess they haven't done it. There's a good chance. I think it'd be great if they did them, you know. All the Gundam Wing original guys would be good as RGs. Like an RG Heavy Arms would be awesome. I'd buy like 4 of them. All right. So yeah, this was gonna be good. Arctic's pretty cool. Okay, here we go. E 17, 18, and 22. How real and subtle it is. Characters in Earth talk about what happened in space from time to time in a way you can seize the distance, how worried they are. I want MG Leos. A lot of us do. Ship the SD Death Scythe Hell, ended up painting the parts instead of using the stickers because I do not like them. The SD line stickers known to be kind of not good. I don't know that any stickers are good. I'll do stickers on these unpainted kits sometimes, but sometimes I can't even bring myself to do it. It really depends on the kit. I wouldn't do stickers on an SD. Like, I feel like if you want an SD to look good, you should paint it. If you're not into painting, or you're a beginner or a kid, whatever, then go ahead. Do the stickers, but the couple of SDs I've done stickers on, I feel like don't look, and by done I mean like helped my son with when he was like 7 and snap building SD kits. And you have a lot of like wrapped stickers, trying to color correct and stuff, that go on multiple surfaces of a part, and they're just really hard to apply correctly. You missed a question. We're currently not drawing at the moment, so I guess you missed 2 questions. Red Mono Eye, perhaps. Eye stickers are the only ones I can do anymore, and only if the eyes are a pain to paint. Yeah, I mean, in general, for best results, paint. Some kits they work, stickers work out okay because there may be stickers in a recessed area that's easy to get it positioned right, and it's less likely to get caught on something and flake off. But like, I especially hate stickers that wrap around parts, big multi-sided stickers. They almost never look good, and they often end up coming off prematurely. Also, stickers that go behind a clear piece aren't a big deal. True. If the sticker is protected behind a clear piece, it's better. So it really depends on the sticker, but my crowning achievement right now is my G7 with those stickers, just all paint on the straight build. Cool. I mean, that's what markers can be great for. If you don't want to get full-fledged painting, they can help with some of those like color correction stuff. Piece tends to press down right in the sticker, so it isn't going to move right. And it protects it from being hit by anything, so it's solves most of those problems. Make an MGG self, and it still has those stickers. The HG. I'm quitting the hobby. Oh, this is... It goes all the way around. Okay, so I should clean that piece up. Painting minis, I ate Warhammer for a while, so I was happy to pull out the paints. We just keep getting SDs for painting practice on Gunpla. Sure, it's a great way to do it, especially with airbrushing. You end up having to do so much masking. It's a great masking project, while at the same time being a small enough project that by the time you're super frustrated with it, you're hopefully done with it. Fun, folks. About common rider time, so I got a dip. Good luck to everyone in the next draw. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Some of the decal stickers with newish HGs are really good, but the foils are just always bad, especially the ones that wrap around our sensitive edges, like the yellow ones on the Byerland foot. There's my Leo S. Think I might paint at least one mini next week. There's definitely a part of me that wants to get into painting minis again. I did a little bit when I was a teenager, played a little Warhammer. It's been a while. Alright, so I think it's that time again. And what was that question? I had a good question queued up in my mind. Oh, I got one. I got one for sure. Let's do a number from 10 to 900 and matte or gloss. No other context beyond that. 10 to 900 matte or gloss. Remember, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship US addresses. You must be present to win. And your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comment for your valid entry. 10 to 900 matte or gloss. And we're at the 35, right? 25 and 30, 35. Yeah, $35 gift card. Glad so many of you guys know the right answer. Right, E20. That's runner F. That's why it's not. Why am I not seeing this part? Maybe the next question should be matte with or without the E. I feel like I've seen it on actual bottles spelled either way. Right. I don't have time. Tend to use matte. I think we're using card sleeves, getting covers, photographs for framing or varnishing. Varnishing minis, usually you want a matte coat. There we go. That was the click. C22, 18, and 19. I feel like my hands are still beat up from turning screwdrivers yesterday, assembling some furniture stuff. I don't know what quite did it that kinda created the hot spots and whatever that I've had in my hands, but it's unpleasant. Call time as soon as I finish sanding this part. Let's see if we have a winner. All right, let's call time. Okay, 10 to 900, 258. So I need to have this up. I don't know. I don't see any 258s. I'll let you guys confirm if that's the case, and we'll bump up to, was it 40 next? No winners. All right, let's bump that up. Next draw is a $40 attempt. Oh, I just remembered what my question is. See if I remember it by this final draw here. Jot it down before you forget it again. No, it's more fun to see if I remember. No, I was gonna pick 258, but I went with 658. Oh my god, again. I have my tablet might die right now too. Oh, bummer. Always more fun to watch the hamster next brain scramble on the wheel when he forgets the question. The hamster scrambles a lot, not just the question. Okay, C21. You afford a hamster? I'm using a damn field mouse. I mean, you just cut costs. You use the dancing hamster from the early 2000s. You mean the cursed Quiznos ads? No, I was referring to was a hamsterdamps.com or whatever. Does the site still exist? Was there a hamster in a Quiznos ad? I wonder why Quiznos went out of business. I don't know if you could call it a hamster, but it was something. Marketing costs got out of hand. It was the hamster dance circa Naya Cat and the hamster in a microwave. Was there some years ago? I remember the hamster dance. An episode of Bankrupt by Bright Sun Films about it on YouTube. C23. Officially, they're called sponge monkeys. Delta Night, good luck everyone. See you later, Repo Raven. Have a good one. Alright, got the charger, nice. A3. Nick, have you ever thought of making action figures of yourself to sell at Mecha Warehouse? Definitely not action figures of me. I've thought about trying to make a kit of Blue, but any of that kind of stuff, the quantities we would need to make to get the cost to the point where we could actually sell any of them, we would need to make so damn many of them that we wouldn't, chances of breaking even are pretty much zero. Name one kit for each grade that you'd recommend as a first kit for each grade, like your first EG, SD, HG, RG, etc. I don't know, entry grade, I don't think it matters. Any of them are pretty good that I've built or seen built. Those are all good as a first kit. HG, I don't know, man. They're all pretty good. I would say just pick something simpler and a moderately higher number. Like, you know, HG like 150 maybe and up, 100 and up. I don't know where the cutoff is. The more modern ones are a little bit easier. Have less flaws and are more representative of what you're going to get from newer releases. MG, what would be a good MG for early MG? Most of the wing MGs are pretty good and fairly simple. In the future, if we could make a small run of kits by 3D printer, I think that would be viable. I haven't done the crunch the numbers on it. The biggest thing is to do it right. You need some, like a mechanical designer or something to do the design work still, even if you don't have molds to invest in. And I don't know, let's say it takes somebody let's say it takes somebody, I don't know, 50 hours or something, 100 hours. You know, CAD. Yeah, I've done CAD in like high school or whatever. It's been a long time. And I don't know if you've noticed, my time is non-existent. But let's say it costs, I don't know, 50 bucks an hour for 50 hours. That's what, like 2,500 bucks. So you got to amortize that over however many units to recoup that cost and be profitable. Like, you're probably still talking hundreds of units to have that make sense. I didn't have to pay for that design time, but paying for design time means you get somebody who's good. Probably. More likely, anyway. It's just, it's a losing proposition financially. GGS would be a fantastic choice for a first-time MG. Tricks to do CAD in about 8 to 9 years out of practice. You probably could pick it back up pretty quick, I would think. Alright, so final draw of the night. We're up to $40 on that gift card. Let's do a number again from 10 to 900. And we're going to answer the question, where have you put your Mecha Warehouse stickers? What do you put them on? Have you put them on anything? Maybe you haven't put them on anything. Maybe you don't have any. 10 to 900, where have you put your Mecha Warehouse stickers? 1, number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number and doing the same comment or do valid entry in 10 to 900, and where have you put your Mecha Warehouse stickers? I wish I could check a box and not stickers. You can always write a note in the note box or whatever when you place your order, and we can not give you a sticker. The only nice thing about the having a lot of the same stickers go out over time is you don't feel bad about using them because you always get another one. But if you're like me, I've got cool stickers from places I've purchased from before and then promptly done basically nothing with them. Because I didn't want to not have the sticker, as silly as that sounds. Alright, so next up, E6, E4. Cutting mat and water bottle. Those are good places. I've got a Night at the Warehouse sticker on my steel water bottle that I basically take with me everywhere. And I definitely used to put stickers on my cutting mat. I haven't in a while. This one's pretty clean here. Notice that was a new cutting mat. When I moved up here, I've got this mat, the green one that was the other space when I was doing this in my office, streaming from my office, had a few stickers on it. Kind of like Frank's red hot sauce, I put that shit on everything. There's my guitar. Let's see, so this one go on the back. And then this piece goes on the front, but I need to clean nubs off first. Where someone already did my number, do I pick another? No. If a number gets called and there's more than one person with that number, we will either flip the coin or use some other random method to determine which of those people win. Never put two numbers for the same draw, then get you disqualified on the spot. Very true. All right. Oh, that actually finishes a torso. 1, 2, and 3. So 1 is green lens sticker. Call time and draw a number very shortly here. Alright, so that one's in place. The other two kinds I don't like. Yeah, it's just gonna look bad. See, these are the stickers I hate the most, right? It's gonna go on a raised detail like that. Like it's not gonna look good. It's like a very non-attractive way to get the correct color there. Alright, so torso and head are done, and that makes us a very good point to call time and do our final draw here. Okay, time is called. 10 to 900, 644. Mayo jar and Funk and Wagnall's patio. What was the number I just said? 644, I think. I don't see a 644. Let you guys confirm. What's up? No winners. All right, looks like it gets carried over to next week, starting at 45. Exciting times. All right, well, that's it for the stream tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you had a good time. We should be back next week, same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Continue giving away, trying to give away this growing gift card. And we'll pick up where we left off with this demi barding. So, thank you for hanging out. Don't forget, we do have that Fall 50 code active for 50% off select items. 50% off is quite a deal, so take a look if you haven't. Take a second look if you have. And otherwise, see you guys next week.